Imagine living in a world where, instead of worrying about wedding expenses, the government actually pays you to get married. Sounds strange, right? But in some countries, this is exactly what happens. Yes, in these countries, all you have to do is say, "I do," and a nice fat check will be waiting for you. Let's find out which generous countries offer this incentive. South Korea. South Korea is one of these countries. Here, marriage is no longer just a personal choice. It has become a national mission. To combat the declining marriage rate, the South Korean government directly pays couples in some cities to get married. If you live in a specific area, you could receive up to $10,000 in cash assistance. Some government employees and military personnel also receive marriage bonuses. On top of that, there are special loans for wedding expenses that come with almost no interest. In other words, if you decide to get married, South Korea gives you an attractive reward. But don't underestimate Italy. In some villages, local officials are so worried about declining populations that they are willing to give you and your spouse up to 20,000 euro on one condition: you must move there after getting married. Imagine tying the knot and starting your new life in a picturesque Italian village with stone houses and breathtaking nature, while the government hands you a generous financial gift to begin your journey. Japan. Japan has also realized that its youth are losing interest in marriage, so they've introduced financial incentives. If you get married in Japan, you can receive up to $6,000 in marriage subsidies, and in some cities, the amount is even higher. In addition, the government offers affordable housing and low-interest loans for newlyweds. So, in Japan, marriage isn't just a romantic affair, it can also be a financial deal. Singapore. Singapore, a country struggling with low marriage rates, has decided to reward couples with cash. If you marry in Singapore, the government provides up to $30,000 at 2022 US as a housing grant for newlyweds. And if you decide to have children after marriage, you'll receive additional financial support. In Singapore, getting married isn't just an expense, it can be a profitable investment. Russia. Russia is another country willing to spend money to encourage marriage. In some regions, couples who get married receive cash assistance. In fact, certain small towns and villages offer newlyweds financial bonuses, free housing, and special benefits to attract more residents. In Russia, marriage is not just about love, it can also be a financial opportunity. Spain. Spain is facing a population decline, especially in rural areas. To keep some villages alive, the Spanish government has decided to offer newlyweds 5,000 euros, about 15,500 US in financial aid. All you have to do is move to one of these beautiful villages, get married, and enjoy a peaceful life, while also receiving a generous check. Maybe it's time to consider a romantic life in a stone house in the mountains of Spain. France has always valued family and marriage, but in some areas, this appreciation comes with cash rewards. In certain villages, if you get married and settle there, the government offers up to 8,000 euros, about $8,700 in financial aid. On top of that, some cities provide low-interest loans for young couples, significantly reducing wedding costs. So, if you've ever dreamed of living in a charming French village with historic castles and cozy bakeries, now you have one more great reason to get married in France. Portugal. Portugal is one of the most beautiful countries in Europe, but many rural areas are losing their population. To prevent this, the Portuguese government has decided to pay couples up to 7,500 euros, about 8,200 USD, if they marry in low population regions. All you have to do is live in these areas for a few years after getting married, and the money is yours. Imagine starting your married life in a peaceful coastal town in Portugal with a generous financial boost. Hungary. Hungary has a tempting offer for its young citizens. If you get married, you can receive a $33,000 interest-free loan. But here's the interesting part. If you have 3 children after marriage, the loan is completely forgiven. That means you get married, start a family, and the government covers your costs. This policy has encouraged many young couples in Hungary to see marriage as a smart financial move. Greece. Some Greek islands are experiencing a population decline, and the Greek government wants to change that. If you're willing to get married and move to one of these islands, you can receive up to $24,000 in cash assistance, plus a free house. Imagine living in one of Greece's dreamy islands, with its iconic white and blue houses, while also receiving a financial reward from the government. A marriage that's both romantic and profitable. Conclusion. In a world where many people see marriage as an expensive commitment, these 10 countries have turned it into a financial opportunity. So the question is, would you get married if you were paid to do so? Or is love still more important than all these checks? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more amazing content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Every subscription is a huge motivation for me to create even more awesome videos. Don't forget to like. With just one click, you can support me. And if you found this video interesting, share it with your friends. Maybe they'll want to get married in one of these countries too. Stay tuned for even more exciting videos.